Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 14, and today we are going to pick up a new topic in the same sequence of request management. Okay, so yesterday we completed the workflow, or I can say the approval flow task creation via the workflow method. Today we are going to do the same thing, but with the help of the flow designer. Okay, so now what we will do, we will see that how this new functionality of service now that is called the flow designer work. Okay, let me share my screen. We will do the same thing. We will create a task. We will create approval, but how this will be taken care in the flow, that is more important to be understand here. Okay, let me come this side. Okay. So I'm not touching anything on the maintain item or anything on the category or the catalog, nothing. We are just going to be discussed directly from the flow. So you can go, flow designer is basically come in the process automation application of service now. It says that it is the place where you can automate a lot of the things. But the question came, Atul, why we should use the flow designer, not the workflow? Or if I say, what is the benefit of the flow designer over the workflow, or what's new in the flow designer? So if I truly speak, and if I speak from the ServiceNow practical perspective, now ServiceNow moving from the code to the no code or the low code technology, or no code or low code methodology, where the target of ServiceNow that anybody in the industry can create or can build anything in ServiceNow and automate the things, a lot of things. And to do that part, they introduce the flow. In the flow, I should not remember, or I can say, or I can say in the flow, I can do a lot of things which is not available in the workflow. Like in the flow designer, I can do the integration part as well. I can integrate flow and with other systems, which is not easily possible in the workflow. In the workflow, we don't have a concept called the error handling. Means if something goes wrong, how the errors will be handled. But in the flow, we have that concept as well. In the flow, there's a lot of subflow built by ServiceNow and given to us. So let's take example. Bakar, Jimmy, and Satya join a company. Okay, Bakar and these three guys join the same company, but they are reporting to the different managers. Now, Bakar's manager say go and raise a request for the new mobile phone. Jimmy's manager says go and raise a request for the new iPad, and Satya manager says go and raise a request for the uh, request for the laptop. And all these three requests should be approved by their respective manager. Now, if we see from the BA perspective that there should be some flow which says that why require the manager approval again and again. I have two ways. Either I write a code to get approval from manager, or either I can create a separate flow which we called as a subflow in the flow designer format, which we call as a subflow, and we call that. Okay, now let me try to give a little bit more detail about the same. Okay, take a simple example. I want to make a cup of coffee. Okay, so there's a few steps need to be do. I should get some water, put in the fry pan, boil that, and separately I can use one machine where I can put the coffee, filter it. That is called the subflow. That is not the flow, that is called the subflow, because until unless you will not complete that subflow, you will not able to complete your coffee. But Jimmy says, Atul, sorry, I like the black coffee only. It means he did not require that filtration part. So it's up to you. Do you need that subflow or not? Okay, so it means ServiceNow says that there's a lot of work. There's a lot of things which need to be done separately and rapidly. So better I give you the options where you can use that part. So like yesterday we saw that we set up that I required approval from the specific group. That's fine. But if I say that for my 5 catalog items, I require the approval from the managers, users managers only. In that case, better I should use the subflow, not create the new flow for the same. Okay, now let me show you on the this part. So I go here and search for the flow and open the flow designer. Give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, so now you can see here the good point is that it is again a kind of a new look and feel only. Okay, so now you can see it has a flow, it is a subflow, it is the actions, executions, connection, and help. All these 5 are the separate purpose in service now. Okay, and also one more thing, guys. Nowadays, service now recommend and companies also using the flow designer. Okay, so let's say what is flow? Flow means which is end-to-end execution of any of the activity. Subflows that you create sub parts in that. So like if I say flow, let me search for the flow for the request. Okay, so like this thing. Yesterday we have a flow, right? Service catalog item request. Now let's see subflow. And what is subflow? It's called manager approval. Like this. These are the subflow. So now you can use this subflow in anywhere. Where you need approval from the manager, you can use this subflow instead of writing the code again and again. That is the benefit of the flow designer, which is not the part of the workflow. Also one more thing, that in the flow designer, you can see the pictorial representation as well. I'll show you that part. Now come to the action. Action says what to do if, while. These are called the actions here. I'll show you when we create this particular action here. Executions, how to execute or what has been executed till date. So like you can see here, these many times the flow has been executed or the workflow has been executed. And the connection, if you want to do some kind of integration, you can build that connection in the this particular place and you can use that part. Mainly from the more technical perspective, flow has been used for the integration as well. Okay, now let's proceed here on the flow and click on the new. What is the flow name here? I'll put training it. Don't think that it is something new. No, it is the old thing only, but we are doing in the new format. If yesterday's session is very clear to you guys, you can do this very easily. Description you can put here, application global protection. It should be read-only. No, it should not be read-only. Anybody can work on that part and run as. In the workflow as well, we have this concept. Let me show you here. But the thing is that in the workflow, we did not see this part completely. So now if I go and click on the new here, name here, we have to put the table name as well. But in the flow, as of now, we are not putting the table. I'll show that where to put the table name as well. OK, and if you scroll down, it will ask the same thing. When to run, when the condition matches. These things are not there in the flow. It says how to run this flow. I said as soon as user initiate the session, you should attach the flow. But the question comes, Atul, in which table I have to be attached? Because as of now, we did not define the table, right? We are just creating the definition. We're just creating a box. What this box contain, to whom this box map, we're not putting anything. So I put initiate a session. If you want to put any role, you can put click on the submit. And my preference, yes, we should go to the flows very clearly, or we should do the practice of the flow very much. So now I can skip the tour here. This is the definition I done. It is in the inactive, where the workflow was in the draft state. OK, now the first point, added trigger. On which table you want to map this? You want to attach this particular workflow. Click here and it will find you the things here. Now, important point. In the workflow, I have to be remember that which table it should run. SC underscore REQ or SC underscore REQ underscore item. But here, service now say, guys, don't worry, I'm sitting for you. You just tell me in the simple English. I said, I want to attach this workflow on the service catalog. That is the main word we're using, right? So you just write the service catalog. Which table, what table, this particular English will be managed automatically. This is a thing which is good for people like you and me who don't know much about the table. So like if I say, let's say Jimmy go to the client side and client say, hey Jimmy, can you configure this workflow for me? Jimmy said yes. Jimmy start using the technical words. It is a SCQ underscore RE table. It is a S underscore task table. Customer says, sorry boss, don't talk me in the technical. Give me the normal English. Then Jimmy says, Mr. X, you know what is this? I open this. Sorry, we don't have it. Jimmy says, you know what is this? These are the catalogs. Now customer understand. And this is what ServiceNow did for us. This is, don't worry about the tables. I will take care of everything. You just tell me in the normal English what you want to do. I want to attach this on the service catalog. OK, done. Done. If you want to see the advanced option, you can see here. When to run, I'm talking about this thing. When to run, all these three. You can come and you can see here. Sorry, not when to run, where to run. I said run in the background by default. I don't want to be stop the user to proceed further until the workflow is, the flow is running. Done. Done. Easy. Here we have to be remember the table name. But here we just remember the normal English, nothing else. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt? Are you understanding? We are creating the same thing which we done yesterday. but in the new format. Good. Thanks, Jimmy. Okay. Now let me proceed to the next one. And I go here. Okay. Now the next part come the action or flow logic or subflow. Okay. Action says what you want to do, and flow logic says what exactly you need to be do here. Okay, so if I come here and click on this plus icon, it says you want to do some action, some flow logic, or some subflow. If I say action, action says, like I said, I'm creating this particular, I'm creating this particular flow, and I want when someone click on this particular flow, or when someone click on this particular request item, I want a new record should be created. That is called the action. So you can see, let me scroll down, you can see here. And now let me scroll down this. So these are the action given by ServiceNow out of the box. You want to send the notification, you want to update the record, you want to ask for the approval. It is for the approval. It is not for the approval from the manager. You can ask for the approval as well if you want. Okay, let me give you something on the subflow first. That I want whenever someone requests this catalog item, okay, then the subflow should be triggered. And what subflow I'm looking for? I'm looking for a subflow for the manager approval. You can go and search for the manager approval. One is in the global and one is in the catalog. And it says service fulfillment manager approval. It's a global requested for the manager approval. Because we are working on the service catalog, so we'll pick up these things. Click. Now you don't need to be write the code. Nothing you have to be do, nothing. You have to be just understand that what you want to be achieve here. I guess I'm not doing the right thing. Let me check. Yes, we're not doing the right thing. Let me delete this and put the another one. Put a here and subflow and manager approval in this one. Request for the manager approval. Okay. Now what it's saying. This is a subflow. It means the logic is already built up by ServiceNow. What it's saying that on which request item you want to run this subflow. Let's say Jimmy is making a cup of coffee. Okay. And I said, and I'm telling to Jimmy, take half glass of water, boil it for the 10 minutes. Okay. And put the sugar and boil it. Jimmy will say, Atul, what to boil? I will say the same water in which you put the sugar. It means you are still working on the same record. Your work is not completed. So it says on which item you want to run this subflow. And this is the beautiful part of ServiceNow, like this. This is called the data pill. Click on this and go to this. What this mean? That system is asking that on which record I should ask for the manager approval. I said the record you are creating here. I need approval from that particular record like this. This is the wonderful part. This we will use in the ATF as well. What I'm doing here, that I'm instructing to my service now, to my flow, that the record which has been created in this particular place, I have to be attached the approval on that particular item. Clear everybody till this point? Everybody clear? Okay. Barker, Jimmy, Ope. Good. Let me open one more workflow in the parallel manner. Sometimes I get confused, so better I'll open that part. Okay. Just to be make sure that it should not go in the wrong track. We're on the right track. Okay, good. So now I am putting that it should work on the requested item. Click done. Now the question comes, what will happen when it will go for the approval? See, did we mention that once it has been approved, then what to do? Did we mention once it has been rejected, what to do? So now we have to go for the flow logic. Come here. If for each, these are the loops here. These are the loops here. Let me just verify sometime, because I'm, as I told, that I get confused sometime in my work. So like this, if loop. So what they're saying, that let's put the flow logic here. If approval check. What it's saying, that request has been sent to the manager. To which manager or to which record? Click here, pick up this. If a request has been rejected, then what? Is right? Is rejected. I'm doing the right thing. Let me check quickly here. That is the problem. If you don't do the practice, these things happen. Okay, it's true. Sorry. So what I'm saying, that if I'm creating a if flow, if in the requested item the status is rejected. Let me do it again. Request go to this manager. If the reject request is, let me write it again. Rejected is true. It means if my manager reject, then add action and logic and mention and the workflow. That's fine. If my request is rejected, then end the flow. But the question comes, Atul, if request is approved, correct? Agree with me, because we have to do step by step. If request rejected, I'm saying then end the flow. That's fine. But if request is approved, that I'm not mentioning here because I know, or the system know, that either approve, either reject. It is not like a maybe option. Then I can say go for the action and ask for the another approval. Ask for approval. One more approval I'm adding here. Understanding, guys, or not? Let me come here. What I'm saying, or what we are doing here, that I raise a request item. I want the user who is requesting for this, his manager should approve. If it reject, if it is approved, let's say create a task. Let me go ahead and remove this, but I'll take a normal example. If it's approved, then action, create a task. Here you can see, or you can simple write task. So now you can see create task, create catalog task. I put create catalog task. Okay, good. Scroll down. On which item you want to get a task? That is another important point. I said item which has been created here. Okay. What is the short description? My work. If you want to put any kind of a field available you want to add, you can add. Any variable you want to add, you can add. Or you want to add something more. I want the short description. I want the priority. Same thing which we done yesterday, right? Critical. Now, if you're done this, and after this, you can put the end of the flow. There is nothing called enter. Now we can see what they're mentioning here. Nothing, they're just putting the logs directly, nothing else they're doing. Good. They have an end flow as well. Okay, create catalog task. Okay, let's not go in that area now. Okay, let me save this. It is incomplete, but the basics which we done yesterday, we were able to do that part. Okay. Now this has been done. Before I click on the activate, let me click on the activate as well. In the meantime, it's getting activated. Let me do one work. Go to the user account. Okay. And open the system admin. I'll go here. It's LNG, right? This one. Not here. Let me go to the system admin only. Profile. What I'm doing for this particular profile, I'm adding the manager so that approval can trigger. Okay, let me add the manager here. Do we have a manager field here? No. Let me go to the list view. User ID is admin. Wait. And let me bring a field called manager and I will edit someone here. Okay. Where is manager field? This one. Let me add Shyam as my manager here. Okay. So that approval should go to Shyam, because otherwise it will skip the approval and it will not go for anybody. Now come here in the flow and you can see it is in the active. Now let's go back, go to our catalog builder. Because now we have to map this catalog builder, right? And it is my technical training. Edit. And let me go to the fulfillment and change to the. Why I'm not able to make a change here? Okay, sorry. I can put my training name, my workflow name, training LNG, and save. Okay, now review and submit. Now let's go here. Go to LNG training. Or we have a printer one, right? Go to the service catalog. Go to hardware. Go to printer. Open this and let's order this now so that we can see our flow is attaching or not. You can say this is my birthday. Okay, now submit it. What we did, we just map our flow with the item. Now let's go here, search and open it. It has item, yes. Open it. Now logically it should go to the my manager approval. And you can see it is going to Shyam approval. How? You can click on this flow context just to see what is running here. I'm not sure that guy why it's not working for me for a long time now. I'm not able to see the records here. But we can come here and I can approve on the Shyam behalf. Okay, and oops, okay, it's reload the page. Let me go here and open it. And now as I approve on Shyam behalf, you can see here it has been approved and now the catalog task has been created. My work. This is the way that the flow designer has been built up and has been shown here. Clear everybody? Any doubt, any question? Anybody else? Any doubt, any question? Shyam, Tausif, Moji, Yogesh, ED, Ope, Jimmy, Bakar, Nekichi, Ola. Everybody clear that what we have to do? Okay, good. So now what you have to be do? Okay, now first what you have to be do is basically you have to be create the work. Sorry, you have to be create the flow designers. You have to be use the flow designers. And what you need to be do now for the homework part of your homework. Read about this out of the box, which is created by ServiceNow. Like this. So they have a manager approval. They have a department of head approval. Then they can say create a catalog task. If requested item has a barcode, means it is a field they'll be using. If they have a barcode and how they come on this part, you can click on this data pill. Maybe they have like this or they have pickup. Trigger, what condition they are putting? Trigger. Not sure that from where they pick up the, sorry, they pick up this barcode part. But you can use that part. The best part is that if you want to learn about this part, go to the subflows and read about this subflows, that how it has been defined. Okay. That is important. So like requested manager approval, it is nothing. It is just a flow, but we are calling it in some other flow that is it becomes the subflow. And otherwise it is a flow in itself. And you can create as many as flow, workflow, subflow as per your requirement. So they say if manager approval is rejected, ask for the approval. If assign output, if rejected, end the flow. Normal. Nothing to do, nothing too much worry on that part. Yesterday we saw that Atul, we invited or we done a flow where we are putting the specific group approval. You can do that part as well. Okay, one more thing. Now this is in the this format. I want to see in the picture format. Click on this part and it will create a complete picture for you. Like this. You can see. This is another thing which is given by ServiceNow in the last release, San Diego. They launch it. But can we download this? I have no idea. As per my understanding, you cannot download this as of now. But you can see it. Like this. If you click on this, you can add anything here as well. This will help to you and your customer to understand that how this flow has been worked. So like if I go here and click on this. It's a white string. Okay, let me do deactivate first. Why is not showing like this? Maybe it is not a flow, because when this thing has been launched by ServiceNow, I was facing some issue there as well. Let me try some other flows. It's opening. It's taking time to be open. It means it's working in the background. One more thing, if you notice in the flow, is that not sure what happened. There's a one more concept that is added by ServiceNow that is called the error handler. What this says that if something goes wrong in your execution, how you're going to be handle that error, how you're going to be manage that error. Okay, is it working? No, it's not working. Come on. Okay, so these things we can do with the error handler, and this is the concept which is introduced by ServiceNow in the San Diego, which is not available in the workflow. Let's say I like the same example. I told to Jimmy, please make a cup of coffee. And I told, if you boil the coffee on the high temperature, the chances can be it can spill over from the fry pan. Then Jimmy say, Atul, in that case, how to handle that problem? I said, take out the fry pan from the induction. This is what the error handler says. If you make it as a true, it says what action you want to do, what flow logic you want to be run, what subflow you want to be run. I said as soon as something goes wrong, I want a flow logic or I want action. What action? Create a task, send a notification, anything you want, you can do it. Let's say I want to say email notification. Not sure why it's running very slow now. So like this, you can put anything. Email, you want to put some email record or you want to put some subflow. Requested email notification. So it is up to you. If any error came, what to do. Specifically, error handler has been used at the time of the integration. That time it has been used very widely because you are doing the integration, suddenly internet drop and data did not reach in the destination. Then you can put this particular error code here, error handler there. So the same thing you can do. You can create a new workflow, you can create a flow, action or subflow, but you can handle that part as well very easily. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt, any question? Any clarification required, anybody? Sham, Tausif, Moji, Yogesh. You can speak as well, guys. Pictures are good, but you can speak. Jimmy, any question?
I have no question.
Okay, good. Thanks, Moji, for confirmation. Okay. Now with this, the major topic has been completed. One thing which I want to be discussed here to close this completely, there's a concept called the record producer. Maybe when you are doing a study for this part, you hear that what is record producer. Record producer in ServiceNow term, when you create any incident from the service portal, then we are using the record producer. It is very common question asked in the interview. Record producers versus catalog item versus order guide. Let me take you on the practical part on this thing or the definition. What record producer says? It says when a specific type of item you allow to user, but it is a task based record. Means if the backend record has been created, which is a task based, it means which has a derived from the task table. That is called the record producer, like incident, change. That is the record producer. In this part, only one record created at a given point of time. But what is catalog item? Where? So like you can see here this difference now. where in the catalog item when multiple records get created. So I just order one item from here, but in the background two records get created. One is REQ and one is RITN. This is a major difference between the record producer and the catalog item. Okay, this is the major difference between record producer and the catalog item. You will find a lot of definitions. Record producer versus catalog item. So this catalog item will end up opening a request and the item and attach a workflow, where the record producer will just a task-based record in the system. So you can see where the record producer simply insert a record in the selected table. If you want, you can attach the flow on the record producer as well. Now let me show you something here. Let's come here and come to the home page. Get help and create incident. Create incident here. Okay. Now this is the record producer. Now if I click on the urgency is 2, issue is hello world not working, and click on the submit. So now you can see it created a incident for me, not a request item. Why? Because it is a record producer. How to create a record producer? Go here and search for the record producer. It is type of a catalog item only, but we should not call this as a catalog. We should call as a record producer because that is the word which is given by ServiceNow. And let me show create incident. This one we were using, right? In this part, we had to do the mapping of the table level. And you can see here this one. If you want, you can create the record producer on the change table as well, on the problem table as well. The short description and the description is same which we have done. Same thing, variable set, approve, available for everything is same. No changes here, but the changes is on the this part. Anything there? Category you can put, generate record data you can put, portal settings you can put, but here is the major part. We have to be do. We have to do the mapping. Let's try something at our side. What I'm doing here. So now if I go here and copy this incident. Okay, let me open this in a separate window. Just to show you something important here. View. Where is the ITL view? Oops. Why it's showing like this? Come on. Okay, maybe someone created something. Have you changed the text search view? Why I'm not getting the ITIL view? Oh, someone changed the view completely. That's nice. Okay, no worries. I need to be bring few fields on the form then. Design. Let me bring the layout. Because I guess someone make a changes and they done the complete incident one as well. So contact type. Contact. You hide something, guys. Annual sports competition, new default view. Leave it then, no problem. It's going to take a lot of time. Let me show you something here. So what I am doing here, I am doing a mapping that how my service now will understand that the user select the urgency. It should go to the urgency field in service now. And user select the short description or add the short description to the description that go in the description part. This is what we are going to be do here. Okay, this is thing. So now let's do one thing. Let's create our record producer so that we can understand a little bit more. And put it name here. LNG issue tracker. Okay. Table I want to create on the. Let's see, can I create it in the request table? Let me put SC underscore REQ. Yes, you can still create. You can try. You try. Is it if you put the request item table in the record producer, how it's work, how it's behave? Then you will get an idea. But for me, I'm going to create on the incident only. Incident table. Short description. Raise your issue. In the description, I can put the same thing. If you want, you can do the sum. Where to show, in which category. If you want user to able to search for their item, add it in the category. Put a catalog here. I want to show in my catalog. LNG training. Okay. Under which category you want to show? I want to show in the functional one. Okay. Generate record data. Means how you want to generate the data in a format. Generally, it's a template based, but we are not using template based. And you want to see the portal settings, attachment and all. Yes. Now let me save this because we are not writing any code here, guys. We are not writing any code here. What it will contain, I did not write that which parameter it should map to which part. Only one thing which is important, redacted. When you click on the submit, which page it should go? Should go to the catalog homepage or you should go to the generated record, task record. And here we have to be write a script. We have to do the mapping. Okay, let's try this now. Let's save. Let's go here. Go home page. Go to request something. Catalog by categories. Go to LNG. Functional. And this one. It is not showing anything to me, right? Why? Because I did not put anything in my variable as of now. If you see here, if I open the another record producer, the out of the box record producer, and open it, and you can see here, hey, these are the variables. And after this, I have to map this variable with the service now as well, with the table, because variable don't contain anything. Variable means something which is be available for some time, and maybe some other value can override very soon. So this place where we write the complete code, we do the link mapping. Okay. So if I open this urgency, it is simple, which we have done already, right? Nothing new. Let it be open. So like same thing. Where you want to show, order, your question, your name, that's all. And it's a where you want to show, record producer table incident. Let's try at our side. Variable new. Not sure why it did not work for me. Come on. Even though it's not showing me the transaction time as well. But here you can see. So map to field is there. So they're mapping this urgency field with the incident table. Come on, come on. What happened? Always is giving problem. Maybe we can try something here only. If it work here. Click on the new. Okay. So now you can see map to field. What this means, that which field of service now, or let's say I'm creating a new field called the, or let's say I want to use a single text. That's fine. And which single text you want to be used from the incident table? I want to use a short description. So like this. In this case, the field which is available here will be mapped to the record producer automatically. Let's say put our name LNG. Okay, just to be sure that is it mapping or not. And click on the submit. Now I go here, all catalog. How can it be help? And create incident. And now you can see our field is also appearing. Welcome 3. Welcome. Now this thing. Now let's open this incident, because someone has changed the complete view of the incident. So I'm not able to see that part now. But let's see here and go to the XML. This is another way that we as a developer use. So you can see in the short description, we have a welcome. So this mapping has been done. Let's say in the description, We have a welcome in the both side. We have welcome, right? So like this we put it. So this way you can do the record producer. So try to create a record producer with the 2 or 3 variables. Don't worry if you don't know the coding, that's fine, not an issue. Because this part is doing some additional settings that the user who is creating the record in which field it should map to the incident. Because you cannot see, I log into my portal. It means I'm raising a request for my purpose only. Then my ID should be mapped to the created by. So now if I show the XML for this again, it's gone the XML. Oh, sorry, show XML. And if I say created by admin, because it's my name. So you not ask that who created this record. Definitely system is so smart and he understands that the person who is logged in, the person is creating that incident. This is what the record producer do here. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt? Any question? Parker, Jimmy, Ope, Nikichi, Moji, Ola, Satya, Aman, Yogesh. Good. Now, the last point. Let's say I joined a new company. As a new joiner, I should get or I should order for a laptop, mobile phone, headset device, a Bluetooth headset, and one external screen. Satya says no problem, Atul. You can go and raise a request. 5 separate requests. But do you think that is a good solution? Definitely no. That is not a good solution. So what we say, let's club all these items in a one place, and that is called the order guide. Let me show the example here. Go in the catalog and search for the new hire. Let's say I'm a new in this company. Let's understand for the user perspective, then we go for the development perspective. I'm a new hire here and I want all these things. I have 2 options. Either I go and request one by one these items. In that case, my measure need to be approved 5 times and I have to be raised the 5 different requests. What I can do, I can put in a one place. So these are the nothing. These are the different catalog items, but I'm clubbing in a same place. So let me put the details like this here. Hiring manager. Let me put Shyam is my hiring manager. What is the group person joining? I'm joining in the finance. Is a remote employee? I said no. What office they will be presenting? I'm in this OR area. Will your employee need anything on the non-standard? I said yes. These are nothing. These are just a variable, guys. So nothing to be worried. These are just a variable. Okay, what type of device you want? I want a sales device. What type of mobile you want? I want an iPhone. Okay. Now I click on the next. And these are the 5 or the 4 catalog item for me. Do you need a standard laptop? Yes. You can put a detail here. I need this, I need Photoshop. Okay. What email you want? Create an email with the lng@lng.com. Okay. Do you want a corporate VPN? No, I don't want corporate VPN. Do you want the desk set? Yes, I want. I want station, power station, phone, and all these things. So practically, if you see, these are the 4 different catalog items which I am doing now. And now, if I click on the submit or the next, everything fine? Looks good? Yes. Click on the order now and click on the checkout. Now I'm doing a checkout. Let me show you when this request will be get created. Number one request and 3 different items are there. Let's open this request in a native view. And now you can see here 1, 2, and 3. The only benefit is that you can track the things in a single REQ now. But all these 3 are the different catalogs item, guys. They have a different workflow or the flow design in the background. The question come because this thing we know that how it's going to work now. The question come how these are being clubbed together. So now I can go here and search for the order guide and click on this order guide here. So like this, we have a new hire. Let me show you this. It work on the rule based. Maybe if you are joining as a director, then your catalog items will be more. But if you're joining as a fresher, your catalog item will be less to order. Same thing, new catalog category in which we want to do what is the short description. Important point is these things. These are the 9 questions or the 7 questions variable. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, you can put it. Now, this is important here, rule based. It's a rule based. If I select, let me go back here and search for the new hire again. And you will see the difference. No, I can put yes. Now non-standard, I said yes. What type of device you need? I want a developer device. Okay, you want a mobile? Yes, I want the Android. And now click on the next. And now you can see, because I'm a developer, so I'm getting the MacBook. And I'm getting a monitor as well. These 2 are the rule based. Because in your question, you say yes. Here. Laptop type, let me open. It says what type of laptop you want. It is given only select box. Developer or you want the sales. I said I want developer. Nothing I'm doing here, but if I go back and open the rule based, that is important for me to be understand here. This one. Let's see why this is becoming. Open this 1110. Here I'm putting the rule here. If the laptop type is selected as a developer and standard package is yes, then show this item. Otherwise, don't show. But if you didn't like you're doing a ticket booking, if you select the meal, only then I will show you the menu. If you did not select the meal, I will not show the menu to you. There's no purpose of showing that, right? So that is called the rule based item here. It's all about your conditions, nothing else. So if I go back and if I open this iPhone, it says if the mobile type is iPhone, then include iPhone 6s. But if it is an Android, then nothing to be included. See, if Samsung, these are the part. Now, if you see, let me show you. Because I'm saying that this item is already created in the system. Maintain item and search here. See, this item already exists. So in this part, I am just using the pre-built or the already built catalog item, but in a bundle format. And that bundle is called the order guide. Nothing else I'm doing here. And I'm just putting a rule based that when to show, what to show, to whom to show. Maybe you can ask here. If the new joiner designation or the department is finance, you can add any other item as well. If it is a sales, they need the business card as well. You can add that item as well. That's totally up to you what you need in the system for the user perspective. Okay. Clear everybody? Any doubt, any question, any clarification? ED, Sham, Tausif, Moji, Yogesh, Satya, Nikichi, Ola, Ope, Jimmy, Aman. Jimmy, you are silent today. What happened? Okay, good. Now, tomorrow we have a class test. And everybody need to log in on the laptop because I am going to give a small flow or the workflow for the test. In the 10 minutes, you have to be create a catalog and you have to be define the flow as well. So get ready and nobody will take a off tomorrow. Okay, ji. Let me stop the recording here and we'll take a quick attendance now.